Guys, 2024 is finally here, and I have a lot of goals for this year in terms of reptile keeping. Now, 2023, we made a lot of great improvements. We built some awesome enclosures for some of my geckos. We made some bigger enclosures for some different animals. We adjusted some things around. We're going more bioactive, which is something that I've always wanted to do. Now, 2024 is here. I have a lot more goals. Now, this isn't all just about updating the husbandry of some of my animals. I have a lot of personal goals when it comes to keeping reptiles and stuff like that as well. One of those goals is my hognose snakes. I had a failed breeding at hognose snakes for 2023, which is perfectly okay. I've adjusted some things. I've done a really good brumation period. So I'm hopeful that next month when I bring my snakes out of brumation, I will have, I think I got 2 pairs of snakes in there. I have 4 snakes brumating. So I'll hopefully have some hognose snakes producing this year. With that being said, I also have the goal of my leopard tortoises. They're not, one of them is not mine. It was actually gifted to me kind of as a project with my buddy Dawson, who is a fellow tortoise keeper as well. He actually lended me a female, which is now digging eggs. And at the time we're recording this video, she hasn't laid yet, but I just adjusted a new terrarium setup for her with a lot more deeper substrate. So I'm hoping that any day now, she will hopefully be laying some eggs, and then I can send that female back to him once it starts to warm up a little bit. But then I'll be hatching out some baby leopard tortoises, which we can then be sold as well, and maybe keep 1 or 2 if we want to. But other than that, there are a couple other goals that I have. And the next biggest goal that I have is I want to build an awesome pancake tortoise enclosure. Now, right now, my pancake tortoises are in a 4x2x18. It's pretty nice, and I did do a custom background, which actually looks terrible. This was like the very first background I ever made. This is before I even know how to use paints and stuff. I'm still not very good at it, but I did make another one that looks a lot better. I'm not keeping that one. I'm unfortunately selling it, but I am in the process of getting a 6x2x2 enclosure for my pancake tortoises. So they're small right now. You can see right here, we got one of them. This is one of my females. They're still very small in size. They could last in here for a little bit longer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my time and go through the whole process of building this awesome rock background that I'm gonna make, and basically set up an awesome bioactive enclosure that is proper for pancake tortoises. And then what I'll do is I'll get them on this big shelf, and it'll be a huge enclosure. It'll actually be the biggest enclosure that I have in terms of PVC enclosures, but it'll have a lot more interactive parts to it, which is with the rock ledges and stuff, as well as the rocks I'll be putting in there, such as slate. So I think it'll be super cool to have those in there. A couple of the other goals that I have is I just want to add some more plant life to a lot of my enclosures. And even though I made a video winterizing my whole reptile room, and everything looks a lot better now with these shelves and everything. Ignore this. This is just a temporary thing that we'll be leaving. I do want to make it even look nicer in here. So basically what I've done, I've reached out to Husky Shelves, which are the people who makes all these shelving units. And what I want to do is I want to get the long pieces for their really long unit. I want to put out on these ones, because this one's a 6-foot unit, but I can add in an extra foot on each one, which will bring it out to here in my room. But it won't make it so it's taking up, everything in the room, making it look gross. It'll just actually extend it out, which will be nice because I can actually fit more onto these shelves. And with that being said, I can make things a little bit more organized in here. It looks pretty good right now, but it could be a little bit better in my opinion. My next goal that I have is I am setting up an awesome American green tree frog bioactive enclosure. I'm actually filming the video and processing it and all and everything. So I don't know if it'll come out before this one, but if it has, hey, you guys already got to see it, but I think it'll probably come out after, probably sometime in February. But I'm in the process of putting that together right now, and it is something that this tree frog really deserves right now. So I'm really excited. I'm almost finished with it. I'm just waiting on a couple more things, such as the LED bioactive plant light or whatever. Once that's in here, I'll finish the enclosure, get everything grown out, and then we'll add him in there, and he'll be getting the much needed upgrade that he needs. The last 2 goals that I have for 2024, one of them is not as main as a goal, but I do want to try to find at least a subadult or an adult male Conyxis homiana, which is the Holmes hingeback tortoise. I have 2 females right now that are adult females, and they are a critically endangered species. So if I can find a male, that would be awesome, because then I can start breeding them. I do have a backup plan if I don't find a male, and I am located close to someone who works a lot with multiple species of multiple, subspecies of the hingeback tortoises. So if anything, we can maybe bring my females to him, or he might lend me a male for a little bit. We'll get them to breed. We get the animals back to each other's, and then we can split the offspring, which I think is another really good idea. So if I am not able to find a subadult or adult male hingeback, then I will definitely try reaching out to some other people and seeing if they're willing to go in on a project together. And my final goal for 2024 is my backyard. We moved into this house in May. It's kind of crazy because I remember filming the video of us basically our first week in the house, and now here we are. We've been living in a house for, what is it, almost a year now, I'd say. I mean, last May, so we're January technically. This might come out in February, who knows. But the backyard, we haven't done anything to the backyard. Our backyard is a whole just mess of essentially forest, basically. It's not forest. There's no trees back there anymore. We got them cut down, but we got a lot. We have a big hill that goes back there. I really want to start learning in some landscaping techniques, and I want to build some stuff for animals out there and make everything a little bit more, intuitive to be able to house some of my animals outside. Because believe it or not, all my animals are actually kept inside, and I try to put them outside every once in a while just to get some natural sunlight, get to explore, you get to stretch your legs, but they are not as outside nearly as much as I would like them to be, and I really want them to be able to be outside almost full time for some of these species. So one of my biggest and final goals is, we really want to do some work on my backyard, and we kind of want to make it into like a little nature paradise, but also something that can be shared with people as well. Before we leave here, I just want to show you guys this Gila monster, man. If you guys haven't seen my video about me getting this Gila monster, it is seriously the coolest animal I think I might own. I've never been so intrigued by some animal. Like, just look at a black and orangish, yellowish kind of coloring. It's a venomous lizard. They are seriously one of the coolest pets, if not the coolest pets I've ever owned. Don't tell the tortoises that, though. So with that being said, we've already had a really good year last year, 2023. In the last couple of years, I've been growing. I've been learning a lot of stuff in the short amount of time. I've really made some good adjustments for some of these animals. I got some good products. I've met a lot of great people, but I want to keep that going, and I want to start building a really nice, not facility, but, the best reptile basement we can have. I want to make it look clean, neat. I do keep everything as clean as I can. But, I got things I want to adjust and, adjust some other things as well. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please hit subscribe. It helps a lot. My channel has actually doubled in size since I started making videos again, which isn't a huge accomplishment because I know people get thousands of subscribers every day, but I'm really happy with how the progress at this channel is moving. I'm going to keep making videos. I got a good setup going. I'm making videos ahead of schedule now, which is great because that can give me time to help maybe edit them a little bit more. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.